Yo, Prince one of them ones, I'm in the mix. Talking hoops, dropping gems, let's fix. Women's ball, we elevate, bring it to the mainstream. Key coming with facts, we a dream team. Break down plays, ain't no cliches. From the court to the screen, every detail display. Got the WNBA shining bright. Click the like button if you feeling it right. Excuse the takeover, taking charge. Women's game front and center, living large. Hit that subscribe, stay tuned to the ride. We bringing the heat, never gonna hide. From sky hooks to swishes, we capture the wishes of ballers making waves in the biggest of dishes. Prince one and Key got the knowledge artillery, dropping truth bombs effectively, brilliantly. Excuse the takeover, taking charge. Women's game front and center, living large. Hit that subscribe, stay tuned to the ride. We bringing the heat, never gonna hide. Analyzing chat, every stat interact, breaking barriers. No cap, that's a fact. Leave a comment below, watch the growth unfold. Together we gon' make this story be told.
Welcome back to Excuse the Takeover. Every single Wednesday, 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure y'all hit the like button, make sure you comment, and make sure you subscribe to both pages. Subscribe to Excuse the Takeover, has its own home, its own page. Excuse the Takeover, one word in the search bar, and then click the subscribe button. We got some great topics to get into. Obviously, with the game yesterday, we got something good to talk about with that. But make sure you guys like the videos, comment, and make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification button so you know every single time we drop a video, short or live. I'm gonna get into these topics. Welcome in, everybody. Come on in. How you feeling today, Prince?
Oh man, I'm good, man. A lot to get to. It's gonna be a juicy one, man. It's gonna be a juicy one.
For sure.
Be a juicy one.
I mean, after watching the game last night, yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to get into this topic. But yeah, make sure you go over to Excuse the Takeover and make sure you subscribe. Get us to 500 subscribers. Hit the like button. And all of that. But let's get into it, though. Let's get into it. Without further ado, the Commissioner Cup game yesterday. The Indiana Fever are the Commissioner Cup champions. They won $500,000 for themselves, and I believe for their charity as well. Does last night's win put the Fever in a championship tier? It's so many things to talk about when it comes to that game. I don't even know what I expected going into it, watching it, but that wasn't it. That's not what I expected at all. And it's not even like the Lynx losing, it's the way they lost. It's just the way the game went. Natasha Howard won Commissioner Cup MVP. It's a joke floating around that she got that MVP that she talked about she wanted at the beginning of the season. So the joke going on about that. So I mean, did you get to watch the game, Prince?
I did. I fell asleep. I was falling asleep halfway through the second quarter. It wasn't that exciting, honestly. Outside of the AB fee kind of like situation, it was kind of dry. I mean, if I didn't watch the game, I would have thought Caitlinclark played. Like, why she getting interviewed? Did I miss something?
I have no words.
I'm confused. Like, come on, man. Like, pass the mic to AB and Kelsey Mitchell and Natasha Howard, who won the MVP of the Commissioner's Cup, man. Come on, man.
Kathy Engelberg was at the game.
Yeah. Yes, they should have left her in Indiana. Whoever brought her there should have left her in Indiana to the All-Star game. That way they should have left her there and locked the door behind them. Left her in the gym and locked the door. Maybe she need to learn something. Do you think she know basketball?
Kathy?
Yeah.
No.
You come
Like,
on,
at
man.
all.
To be the commissioner, you gotta be able to, like Adam Silver, right? He spent years as David Stern's understudy. Years, Key. I mean, he was David Stern's understudy when Michael Jordan was still in the league. Like years. Like, come on, man. I think that's part of the disconnect right there. I think that's really a lot of the disconnect.
Definitely a part of it. It's funny.
It is.
Me and my homegirl was talking about it. It's funny you asked me that because she asked me this. She was like, "Did she ever play basketball?" I said, "No." I said, "I think they brought her in for like some business side, and everything is going over her head because you can know business all you want to, but you have to know what the specialty that you're involved in is." Now, rather you even know that from playing or just from studying, like you said, the commissioner for the NBA was an understudy, like all of that stuff, so he could knowledge over time. It's just like she doesn't know basketball, and it seems like she doesn't care just about how she goes on. They interviewed her, I want to say blah, 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 blah. I don't know if it was at halftime, but it was somewhere in the first half or at halftime they interviewed her, and it's just like, I don't know. It was a lot going on. You could see why people do this thing where it's like these games are fixed and this is a part of the storyline, and I'm not in agreement or not in agreement with them, but it's like you can see why. Like when she showed up to the final and she had the New York, like, why you got that on? Like she's weird, man. She's something else. You didn't miss nothing though. Like you said, you fell asleep. I mean, the Lynx came out swinging. They were up by 13 at one point. And the Indiana Fever just dug back. They dug back and then they kept the lead. I don't know what, like the Lynx did not play Lynx basketball whatsoever. Like at all. I think Kayla McBride barely took threes. Like Bridget, like it was odd. It was odd them winning. But the aftermath was just even funnier. You got, like you said, CC getting interviewed. You got CC on live talking about the league gonna be sick. I mean,
Key, I thought I was Key. I swear, Key. I thought I was what do you call it? I thought I was in the Matrix. Like, did I not wake up this morning? Like, cause I got up, right? I get up every morning, drink. My wife fixes me coffee. She brings me my coffee, right? I'm on my laptop doing business stuff. I go run. I come back from running. I don't really like to scroll social media early in the morning. It kind of messes with. I'm big on that. Like, stay off of social media for the first 2 hours I'm up. But when I get on social media, I just see Caitlinclark pouring beer. I mean, whatever they were, what they was drinking, champagne. What it was?
Yeah, whatever, champagne. I think.
Yeah, she pouring it in the thing, pouring it in people's mouths. She on the live. They interviewing her. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. But anyway, man. Anyway, man. I thought I was in the Matrix. I thought the game didn't happen. And she was like, I thought I was Key. I swear, I thought, did I dream my morning? Like, did I miss something in the news heading? Like, what is going? But apparently I didn't, and she just glazing, and she just front running. The front runner she is. Like, come on, man. Like, even the games leading up to the Commissioner Cup, she ain't play well in them. Come on, man. Let's be real here for a second. Let's be real here for a second. Let's be real here. But what I'm trying to figure out is, how did the player who y'all say isn't playing good wins the Commissioner Cup MVP? Everybody, look, I was probably one of the only few people that was saying, matter of fact, I think I even said it on Star Hoop Central, not this episode, but I think last episode, the Bonner episode. It was the Bonner episode. I said Natasha Howard isn't being used right. They got her on the paint, just trying to post up, and that's not her game. Natasha is a one-on-one player. Like, that's not her game. Like, she's not, like, when you got a team like that, Key, you gotta find, like, Stephanie White has to find pockets where AB can get like 3 one-on-one touches in a row. Natasha can get like 3 to 4 one-on-one. Like, she got to be able to find pockets. That's what great coaches do. Like, look at the Minnesota Lynx, right? We take out yesterday's game, hyperbole, right? But if you look at the Minnesota Lynx, if you watch them play, you'll find times where Kayla McBride is the focal point and she's getting one-on-one matchups. And then you'll see times where they let Courtney Williams get in her bag. Like, it can't be, when you got that many prolific scorers on your team, it can't be ball dominant centric, because now you're not getting the best version of these players. My thing about GM sometimes is, Keith, you bring a Bonner to your team, you bring in Natasha Howard, you re-sign to Kelsey Mitchell. AB is growing, right? Why sign players and you understand what they bring to the game, but then you sign them to do a totally different thing? I see if it's like a 1 year, first year in the league kind of player, they're still trying to find their way forward. But last night showed these players are not progressing when their point guard is on the court. Like, they're not their full selves. Like, all the glazing they're doing about the Commissioner Cup, they need to be reevaluating their thought process on how they've been grading the players. Key, that's the whole thing they're missing, Key. That's the conversation I'm trying to have. Forget the winning the Commissioner Cup. Let's talk about all these punchlines y'all been having for the Bonners and the Howards and Kelsey Mitchell. Like, let's talk about that. Last night showed that's a talented team that your point guard isn't getting the best out of.
Correct. I mean, go ahead. Let me let you finish your thought. Go ahead.
But on the flip side, man, right? Key, what's going on with Fee when they play good teams? Do you know Fee stat line when they play good teams?
Tell me.
When the Minnesota Lynx play teams with a 500 or better record, don't you know Fee shooting 40% from the field? I'm just saying. I ain't hating on Fee, Key. I'm calling out facts. I bring the facts. Don't you know? Don't you
What's
know?
the other team? What's the other team?
Don't you Liberty? Mercury? Mercury. I'm just going through the list of the top teams. Mercury, Atlanta, Liberty.
I do remember Atlanta.
And the Seattle Storm. That's the top 4 seeds. That's the top 5 seeds, but including Minnesota. So that's your top 5 seeds. Liberty, Lynx, Minnesota. I mean Atlanta. In Seattle. That's your top 5 teams. I need to know, Key. I'm gonna pass it to you, because see, when I mention Fee, I'm hating. I just like to be objective. I just like to be objective and call a spade a spade. Stop putting her on Asia Wilson level. That's all I'm saying. It's levels to this, man.
What's the question you're posing?
Do you think Fee built like that? Be honest. So, Key.
No. I got
the stats out of it. Take the stats out of it.
I will. I got you.
As a basketball player.
I got you. Let me get to this super chat real quick.
All I ask is, when you lay your head on that pillow at night, know I gave you everything I had.
Shout out to ST13, a member of both pages. ST13, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. She says Kathy played college basketball for Lehigh under Muffet McGraw. She was team captain at some point. That is a fun ass fact. That is interesting. Okay. Under Muffet McGraw at that, a legend. Okay. We'll get back to that, but appreciate that SC13. Appreciate that. I got a couple things. First, I'm gonna touch on the first part of what you were talking about, which is them winning and how Natasha Howard played, etc. And it's something that I think it's been a theme that we all kind of been saying, which is like her being ball dominant with this type of roster, excuse me, is an issue, and it isn't a line for success. I think they play better without her. Because the roster isn't set up for a ball dominant player like her, and that's not like a knock on her, and that's not a knock on the team. It's like it's not a good fit, right? And so I think it's a better fit with a different type of point guard, like Ari McDonald. As you can see it in their body language as well, playing on the court. It's just so many things that you can see that they play better without her on the court. It was actually so funny to hear. I think it was like China Robinson was one of the commentators for the game last night, and she goes, "Yeah, they're without CC. She's injured, so you might expect some turnovers tonight because they're without their normal point guard." And my mind was blown when she said it, because I'm like, you talking about the turnover queen? Like, without her, we should expect turnover. Like, which, like, you're gonna expect turnovers, but she was saying it like CC takes care of the ball. Like, they would have, less turnovers if she was on the court. And it's like, it's crazy to hear it. I definitely think that the roster set up with CC at point guard, not playing off ball, I mean, I just don't think it's fit. And I think that's why we're just seeing the season go as it is. You know what I'm saying? See, I talked about it yesterday in a video. CC is all-star captain and an all-star, only playing in half of the games this season. And you played 8 games, right? And as you said, a few of those games were not good. I can name at least 2 or 3 that just weren't good. So you played 8 games and 2 or 3 of those games weren't good. It's like, come on, man. Like let's have a real conversation about basketball, right? Like, this isn't about player. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. It's a wild thing we watching happen in front of us. To me, and I'm just gonna keep calling it out because I think it's weird to continue to, what's the word I'm looking for? Reward like nothing. Nothing. So that's what we're doing now. It's given Little League. Like, we're rewarding nothing. People don't have to earn things. I just, it's wild. But anyway, cool. She's captain and an all-star. Cool. They win yesterday without her. And I could argue if if was a split, we'd all be high. But like, if she played, like, I could argue possibly they still lose the game with even as terrible as the Lynx play because of her high turnover rate. She was on pace. Now, obviously, Ari has come to save her, and also being out game saves her. She was on pace to break her own record of turnovers. So I just want to talk about basketball. Me personally, I just want to talk about basketball. That's it. So I'm with you. I feel like, yeah, the Indiana Fever do need to look at what is going on there and what could make them successful to actually win. And like, people get upset with us, certain, not all Caitlinclark fans, but certain Caitlinclark fans get upset with us when we assess and go, hey, if y'all want to, we're literally saying, if you want to win, like, nobody is sitting up here like, we don't want y'all to win or whatever. Like, I'm fans of certain teams, so I'm not sitting up here like, oh my God, but it's like, hey, I think y'all could win if y'all did this. I think CC would be a better player if she did this. I think she'd be lethal. I think she's talented, but la la la. And people get upset at you trying to give an honest opinion on how they could be better and how the Indiana Fever organization honestly is fumbling, like completely fumbling right now, in my opinion. The optics, the letting her do all of the stuff she do on the sideline with a groin, it just isn't a good look, you know. So it's crazy. But look, it's 243 of y'all in here. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you comment, and make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification button so you know every time we drop a video. Go over to Excuse the Takeover and subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. And then all the front running and the league is gonna be mad. They got her on live saying stuff like that, like, and it's easy. It's like a lot of it too. Like, I'm telling y'all, I think about this stuff deeply, like human and stuff. Like, girl, you setting yourself up for even more jokes. Like, people out here saying you ain't never won nothing. Like, you front running like that because you never won nothing, so you don't know how it feels. Like, so, you know, but hey, it is what it is. I'll move on from that. I got videos if you want to go check them out, whatever. As far as Fee being a dog, man, if she's really like that, I think that when they're in situations where more aggression is needed at the 4, I think Cheryl Reeves is doing them a disservice by leaving Fee at the 4. That's my opinion. I think Fee is a phenomenal player. I think a Ness player. I think she has a pretty game, a beautiful game, but she's 6'1" and she's small. Like, I don't really know what you're expecting from her leaving her at the 4 or having her you know, you wanted to keep Alana Smith in the game. So you had Alana on Natasha Howard and Fee on Aaliyah Boston, who is, I mean, known for her elbowing and hooking and all of that. And they're just not really calling it for real this year. So I don't know how she doesn't adjust. And that's why some of these, I mean, these coaches, I'm telling you, Hall of Famer coaches love them down, all of that stuff. Becky pisses me off too. Like, some of these coaches be so stuck in their ways. They just do not adjust quick enough. I just don't get why you leave Fee at the 3. I mean, at the 4. That's just my opinion. In these situations, I'm sorry. You got Brianna Jones, big body. You got Angel Reese's big body. You got Nafisa Collier's. I mean, Asia Wilson's. A matchup is a matchup, and I think you adjust to what you're seeing. That's my opinion. Yeah. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? It's a couple super chats. Let me get to those real quick.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, know I gave you everything I had.
ST13, appreciate you for the $9.99 super chat. More facts about Kathy. Her dad played college basketball for Jack Ramsey and got drafted by the Pistons. You would think with her basketball, she would understand how basketball works. You would think. Shout out to Paper Sack Brown for the $9.99 super chat. Salute Key and Prince. Reeves is a bad superstar coach for Fee and Maya. Great show as always. Hey, I appreciate that. Appreciate those super chats, y'all. But yeah, like, is she like that is a good question. The 4 and the 5 is a dangerous game to play with in this league. And what I will say though, as a whole, the Lynx team, what I don't like, because I'm cool with them winning a championship, but what I don't like is Zoe, I feel like I don't see enough hunger sometimes. I don't know if I'm tripping.
I can see that. No, I can see that.
As a team, like, I
can see that.
And I don't know if they're
do you think they satisfied from going to the finals last year?
No, but that's the thing. I don't believe that. I just don't believe that they're satisfied, and I don't believe that they're not hungry. I don't see it on the floor. And I don't know if it's the system. Is it like a thing where, like, is it a Gino Ariema? You know what I mean? Like Cheryl Reeves, you know, Papa, like, is it that thing? Like, it's such a systematic play that they don't deviate and show that hunger. Is that what it is? They just don't look hungry enough to me, or they need to understand that they're gonna have to up the ante this year with the Atlanta Dream, with the Phoenix, and with New York again. JJ's just not playing right now. Like, let's be clear. With even, you know, Vegas, right? Like, you gotta be you know, some things, yes, system, better coaching is gonna get you through, and other things is you're gonna have to bring that hunger out. So I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if it's like they not scared. That's not the word I'm looking for, but like deviating from the system messes them up or what. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Shout out to Cart Blanco for the $9.99 super chat. The MV and MVP stood for most vulnerable last night. Yeah, I mean, it just wasn't a good look. It wasn't a good look. I literally was watching it with my homegirl. I said, man, only the Aces understood the assignment. Like, it pissed me off. New York Liberty let them beat them. And now the Lynx, like, I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? This is a 500 team. Like, no shade, but like the Lynx, like Cheryl Reeves. Anyway, so I mean, what you think? What do you think about that?
I've always been again. I've been standing on this rock, and I'll continue to stand on it. I think that Minnesota lucked up in the first and second round last year.
They're going to struggle with physicality. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's what I'm saying. Like, look at the teams that they played in the first and second round last year. Not physical front courts. I mean, that's why that's why I'm still of the belief. Last year, they would have ran across the Aces in the second round. They was going home. Because think about this, Key. Because, Key, this is what you got to think about, Key. If you go back and watch Aces versus Liberty, it was Kelsey Plum that helped the Liberty beat the Aces. Kelsey Plum kept turning the ball over down the stretch and taking stupid shots. And she got benched in game 3. People keep forgetting that. Kelsey Plum got benched in game 3. Doing the same stupid stuff, and Tiffany Hayes came in doing her thing. Fee does not play well against physical players because Fee plays a finesse style of offense where she got to get to certain spots on the floor, and when she don't get there, she struggles. If you knock Fee off her spots, she's not the same Fee. And again, that's not a bad thing, Key. Most basketball players have their spots on the floor where you take them out of their comfort zone areas, they percentage drops, right? But with stars, if Fee gonna be the second best player in the league in meaningful games, she got to show up. In meaningful games, she got to show up. Doing just okay isn't enough for superstars. Look, Key, people will tell you when the Aces lost last year, even though people don't even know this, Key, but Asia scored the most points out of both teams in the Liberty Ace series. She scored the most. She scored the most points per game and rebounds per game. The rest of the team didn't contribute like they should have. But guess who I put it on, Key? I put it on Asia. I say, Asia, you're the best player in the league. Instead of 30 points a game, it should have been 36. Fee, you're the second best player in the league. So-called, quotes, air quotes.
Yeah, I think JJ is, in my personal opinion.
You gotta, it's basketball. You gotta update your resume every time you get on the court. See, people keep they just come over here glorifying simplistically. You gotta update your resume every time you step on the court. When Fee and Asia plays, I judge Fee and Asia off of what they did the last time they played basketball, not what they did a year ago or 2 years ago versus each other. When Fee and Asia played their first time this year, what did they do when they played their second time? What were their points per game? And you go from there. Look, Are the Fever built to win a championship? No, because I don't think the Fever can stop anyone from scoring on the perimeter in the playoffs. When, see, the Fever is getting away with a lot of lapses on defense because nobody's game planning to beat the Fever during the regular season. Your game plan during the regular season for your top echelon teams is to make sure you're ready once the playoffs start, to make sure everybody understands the task at hand once the playoffs start. So you're just playing to build comfortability right now. You're just playing to build camaraderie if it's new assets to the team. You're just playing to build whatever new installs they put in during the offseason. You're not preparing to beat a single little team. Yeah, in walkthroughs and film studies, you say, okay, what's this team weaknesses? And you try to attack it, but it's not like you don't have plays for it. You're just like, okay, let's attack their perimeter or let's attack their paint. But during the playoffs, you run plays to attack things. During the regular season, you just tell your players, utilize your talent to attack this area of the floor. But during the playoffs, the coach comes in with a new install and say, okay, this is how we're going to run our offense, and this is where we want the ball to end up, because we want it to end up in their comfort areas. We want it to end up in their defense free zones. So that's how you beat a team like the Fever in the playoffs. And you can't turn the ball over. Key, the Fever do two things that are no-nos in the playoffs. They don't play perimeter defense, and they turn the ball over the most. That's the two no-nos in the playoffs. Like that's the first two things coaches tell you not to do in the playoffs. And that's the two things that they're the worst at. I mean, honestly, Key, this season is really, I think this season
season, now I'm gonna say it before you can say it. This season is just like what we just went through with college. It was like anybody could win it. Like at no point in time was we like, yeah, UConn's gonna win it or this team is gonna. It was literally like, I don't know. It was so all over the place. Or if somebody started really well, right? Like Notre Dame started really well, and then so to get exposed, and you know, all of these things, somebody's schedule's easy, whatever people want to say. It's weird. It's actually crazy. Like it's literally just like that to me, like the college season where you're like, it's anybody's ring this year. Like it's based on healthiness, right? Like New York Liberty looked like a completely different team without JJ, which I don't allow that assessment. Like I understand losing JJ is a big deal, but like that team has way too much talent to me to like digress that much without JJ in my mind. And so I don't allow that to be their excuse, but it does show that they're a different team. So like health matters. You're hoping everybody makes it to the end of the season. And as we could see, injuries is happening, you know, regardless of what we're praying for. And so to me, it's anybody's game. To be honest with you, like if I had to pick right now, like Phoenix is the only team, in my opinion, that like through and through is showing to be a championship contending team. Like not saying like we'll win it, but like we'll make it there. That they're just playing like game in and game out and night in and night out. They are playing basketball, like good basketball through and through. They're fighting back, even if they're like just all the things you want to see, the intangibles, the numbers, the stats, whatever. That's the only team. The Aces is like a lot to be desired still. Let's see what happens with Nalissa. Minnesota, they're having the same issue, in my opinion, that they had last year, which is like when it comes down to like physicality and stuff, they're going to struggle as a team if physicality comes up, or just hunger, like somebody just going and getting a bucket, just going after it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Minnesota lacks, which I thought Cheryl would in this offseason go, because that's all she, in my opinion, that's all she needed. I thought she would go and do that. Like you cannot rest your laurels on Nafisa Collier and Atlanta Smith and not like down in their games, but like who you're actually gonna, like you don't in my opinion, let me know if I'm tripping. Exactly. You get the team that's gonna beat the champion, the team you see being champ. Don't get the team like that's in my opinion. Like, okay, well, this is where we messed up. If we were to rematch against New York, or even if we see the Aces next season, or this or that team next season, we have to have the assets to go against these possible championship contending teams. And it's like she didn't go and get those players. I do like Jessica Shepard, but that's at the 5. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Maybe you try to see. Did she try? I think she tried it one game. Fee at the 3. I think Atlanta at the 4 and Jessica at the 5. I think she might have tried it one game. Like, she need to try some stuff. That's all I got. But she need to do more if she want Minnesota to win the championship. Atlanta looks good even. For a brand new coach and a couple new assets, they've put together good games. He has to stop betting on Ryan Howard to close out games. She's not your closer. That's all he needs to do, in my opinion. But I don't know. But in my opinion, the Fever are not a championship tier team at this very moment. They're not a championship tier team for so many reasons. Zoe touched on some things, but it's like anybody who, like, you could just look at them and tell, like, they're just not a championship contending team. They're not gonna make it over the hump. Like, y'all, like, I'm trying to get y'all to understand, like, when you're trying to when I say hunger, like when you hit that roadblock and, like, mentally you're like, I can't get over it, but then you find that hunger in yourself, that, you get what I'm saying, Zoe? Like, that's like, no, I want to win this.
No, I know what you're saying.
Like, I gotta get over that. I don't think that's that type of team, especially with Cece on the floor. Like, she doesn't display that that type of quality or leadership quality to get them over the hump and help them win. So I don't think they're contenders. And the roster build, and I think even the coaching. I think even the coach ain't gonna get y'all no damn championship. Not this year. Not with that roster.
Solid coach. She a solid coach.
She's solid. Don't get me wrong.
They overrate her. They overrate her capabilities. Like, she's a solid coach, but, like, I hear people talk about her, and I'm like, she didn't do that at no other stop. So you think she's about to do that now? Like, I be like, it's crazy. You go to the Fever, and all of a sudden it's players and coaches. Over the last 2 years, you go to the Fever, and all of a sudden you got Michael Jordan secret juice in the locker room or something. I don't know what's going on over there, man. Like, you ever notice that? Like, the mainstream media, anybody who go to the Fever, whether it's a coach or a player, all of a sudden they got some Michael Jordan juice in the locker room. What? Bonner been in the league for 15 years. She's never done that. Natasha Howard been in the league for years. She's a vet. She never played like that. What?
Yeah, I don't know, but that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Now let's see what they do, and how Aerie helps them turn around. Let's see what happens, but that's a whole different story. Like, y'all, it's 44 games this year in the regular season, from my understanding, and then she's turned it into 7 games for the championship. Right. So for any team, it's just a different battle this year than last year for any team, even the Aces, who's been twice, or, New York Liberty, whoever. So it's just different, in my opinion. Let's see what Aerie McDonald does, though. But I hope y'all know that makes it different. Like, it makes it different. I'm sorry. Like, Aerie McDonald making your team better and gonna be playing a bulk of the minutes. I don't have time to even go into the details of that right now. But those are the 2 things that I noticed last night from the Lynx and the Fever. I mean, the Lynx disappointed me, man. So we'll see what they pull out this season. What Cheryl pulls out this season. Trade deadline ain't over with yet, right? So let's see what they do. But they're gonna have to make some changes. Both organizations will have to make some changes if they want to be a championship tier team. and make it to that game, you know, to that 7 to them 7 rounds. So we'll see, man. I cannot see that title. What that say? The numbers is blocking it.
The title? Oh,
Yeah.
All-Star Reserve front runners.
Oh, okay.
So do you know how they're gonna vote it? So because it's on the 6th, which is when's the 6th? Monday?
I think so. Yes. No, the 6th is Sunday. It's Sunday.
Sunday. Okay, Sunday. So, okay, what we gonna do, Key? We're gonna play a little. We're gonna play a little. We're gonna do a little test our knowledge about what we've been watching this year from the players, and we gonna see who can guess the reserves. So, do you know how the reserves are voted?
Isn't don't the coaches pick the reserves?
Yes, the coaches pick the reserves. I'm gonna pull the list up. So
okay.
It's going to be we're both going to pick 3 guards.
Okay.
5 front court players. So it's 3 back court, 5 front court. And then you're going to pick 4 more players, no matter position. That's how it goes. So you can go first. So I brought this up because this is the player. So this is the 20 players that got the top 20 votes. It was other players on the list. And I people been up in an uproar, and they don't even people be up in an uproar about stuff, Key, and they don't even look at the actual numbers. If you look at the list, right, you can see there's players missing because you'll have a player ranked at 9 and nobody's at 10. Like, there's players missing. They just didn't get enough votes in the other categories to be part of the top 10 because it's the top 20, because it's the top 20 according to the combined scores. So there's players like Kayla McBride that's not on this list that actually got votes because her total score from the players, media, and fan votes wasn't enough. It wasn't high enough across the board to be part of the actual scores. So I'm gonna pull it up so you can see what I'm saying. So you see the weighted scores. That's how they made the top 20. The top 20 came off of the weighted scores. That's why I say, like, if you look on this list, if you pay attention to this list, Key, you don't really see a lot of number 10s. You don't see a lot of number 7s. They're missing because somebody else got that 7th place. They're just not on the list.
Okay.
So you can go first. We're gonna handicap it a little bit. Who's your 3 guards that gets the reserve spots?
And I'm starting after.
So any that got a asterisk on it, that's your starters. So take them out of it.
Right, exactly. Okay. Damn, that's kind of hard. That is hard. It's like how I think is about impact too. Like it's not always stats, but
yeah.
Ah.
So Key, I'm gonna tell you how I'm doing it. So when I pick mines, I always like to put myself in the minds of the coaches, right? That's playing against these players. And I always like to look at the habits of how players are voted, right? So most of the time, if you made an all-star before and you're teetering, you might make it again, depending on who's in front of you. And you look at your top 5 teams, they're gonna try to make it to where at least 2 players from each of those teams make it. So that's when I look at the list, I'll be like, this team only got 1 player. They getting another player by default. That's how I'm doing it when I look at mine.
I mean, Jackie Young for sure for me.
Okay, Jackie Young
is a guard, but the 2 other guards, it's like it's kind of hard. Because I obviously could see Kelsey Mitchell. She's a vital part of Indiana and all of that good stuff.
So that's your backcourt, Kelsey Mitchell. Like y'all remember this? Key said Kelsey Mitchell.
No, I'm saying y'all. I'm not. No, I'm saying you want me to pick 3, and that's hard.
You got it. Yeah.
I already got
so
Jackie Young is a for sure for me.
We're gonna do it like this. We're gonna do backcourt. You're gonna do your 3. I'm gonna do my 3. Then you're gonna do your 5 front. Then I'm gonna go my 5.
Jackie Young is a for sure for me. But I'm saying, like, I'm messing with Natasha, Brittany Sykes, Skylar, and Kelsey Mitchell. Okay. But I gotta leave 2 of them off. But I like all 4 of those players.
Hey, y'all, do us a favor. When we pick our list, put our name in the list we pick, put it in the chat so everybody can see it. So once Key give her 3, put Key 3 backcourt in the chat and put her name next to it. Somebody do that for us. So Key, who you got?
I'm gonna go Jackie Young.
Okay. It's tough, huh?
It's tough. It's tough. The only one I'm not like Kelsey, and that's no shade to Kelsey Plum, but like Jackie Young, yes. Ah, man. I want to say
it's tough.
I'm struggling, y'all. Okay, Kelsey Mitchell. I will put Kelsey Mitchell. And then I'm struggling between Brittany Sykes and Skylar Diggins. Ooh, and I might have to give it to Skylar. But I really like Brittany Sykes. And I like her with Jackie. I should have you should have went first. Why I had to go first?
So who you pick your 3?
I'm gonna want to change it. Brittany. I'm gonna go Brittany.
Brittany. So you got Jackie Young, Mitchell, and Brittany.
I was feeling Diggins though. Just go.
So somebody in the lucky, I guess, said you pick Jackie, Mitchell, and Diggins.
Young Mitchell Sykes. Yeah. That's what I said. Young Mitchell Diggins. Okay. Oh, that's hard. What about Skylar Mitchell? I still no. I want Brittany in there. Damn, I wish we could have 4.
Key, you making it hard on yourself because remember, once we do the front court and back court, then the coaches are able to pick 4 extra players, no matter the position.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. They laughing at me. Okay.
I see him.
All right. Skylar Diggins, Jackie Young, and Kelsey Mitchell.
Skylar Diggins. So y'all, somebody put it in the chat. She said Skylar Diggins, Jackie Young, Kelsey Mitchell. I'm gonna leave the theatrics out. I literally got the same backcourt. Kelsey Mitchell, Skylar Diggins, and Jackie Young. I was fighting between Kelsey Mitchell and Natasha Cloud, but then I went and look at Natasha Cloud's numbers. They aren't that good.
No, but she's like so impactful. I think that's why I like.
But she was impactful. I went and look at her plus minus. She has the worst plus minus on that team in the month of June. She had a good May. I went and looked at her thing, her plus minus. She had a good first 6 games, and then it just dropped off horribly. Her turnovers, 2 games in June, she had more turnovers than assists. She just dropped off the face of the earth. And these them 5 losses, she's been horrible.
Yeah,
she's been horrible.
Okay.
So yeah, y'all, we both got the same backcourt: Diggins, Young, and Mitchell. All right, Key, front court. You got 5 players. Front court.
I got you. Okay. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure you comment and subscribe, and head over to Excuse the Takeover as well, and make sure you subscribe. Okay. Front court. Angel Reese. Off rip. Don't even got to think about it. You said 5, right? 5 for the front court?
You got 5 front court.
Okay. Angel Reese. Let me see. I got to blow the thing up to see all the names. Okay. Angel Reese. Those 7, 8, 9, and 10 is the 4. Which I don't see.
But see, now you got to think. So, are you going with those 4 front court players? Are they the first 4 in? Do you think they're gonna be the first 4 in?
I don't see no other name. Those are the first 4. I'm actually
Again,
fine
Keith,
with those.
That's why I said we're handicapping it a little bit. I gave you the list so you can just kind of understand how the players will vote.
Right. I mean,
right? But now you got to think about the rest of the league. Well, now you got to use your brain now and think about the front court players.
Those 4, I like those 4, but you got Brianna Jones, who's having a great season.
Okay.
I think I'm somebody else.
You got Ryan Howard out there.
You do got Ryan Howard.
You got Ryan Howard out there. You got Citron out there.
You do got Citron. I like me some Citron.
Right. Right. Has Enrique done enough?
No, please.
Not done enough.
Not for me.
You got Hamby out there.
You do got Hamby.
You got Hamby. Did Azure Stevens do it?
Azure Stevens actually been playing better than
been balling.
Okay. She used Unrivaled. Okay. Azure is having a great year.
Been balling.
You got,
you got Jacquel Jones out there that's not in that top 10 front court.
Yeah. But we know what JJ can do, we know what JJ can do. Okay. All right. So Angel Reese is definitely up there. Like I said already. Gabby Williams. I'm liking Gabby Williams. Obviously Alyssa Thomas as well for me. I'm loving what Kiki Iriafen is doing this season. But I do really like what Brianna Jones is doing for Atlanta as well. Man, and I'm proud of Ryan Howard this season as well. So I got 3 so far that I'm just gung-ho on. Angel Reese, Gabby Williams, Alyssa Thomas for sure. So my other 2. Hell no to Enrique. Do like Brianna Ryan. What's the other person you said? You said one more person.
I'd say Ryan Howard. You got Enrique out there. You got Azure Stevens.
Hamby. Azure is the best. Is playing the best to me on the Sparks low key. Okay. I love me some Hamby too, but Azure is really doing her thing at the 5. I didn't think she would be doing so well. Trying to think of other teams, and then you got JJ. It's like if I'm basing it off of the season she's had so far, it's like if I already feel like Clark shouldn't even be where she's at, but JJ's been out quite a few games, but we know JJ's the caliber of player JJ is, like, she's an all-star. So why you keep making me go first?
I'll go first to make it easy on you.
Go ahead.
Y'all get ready to write mine down. So I got my 5 front court for the reserves is Angel Reese, Kiki, Gabby Williams, Alyssa Thomas, and Kayla Thornton. That's my 5. That's my 5. Angel Reese, Kiki, Gabby, AT, and Kayla Thornton.
Kayla Thornton. Kayla Thornton.
That's my 5.
That's
my
how I'm
5.
like, see, Kayla Thornton. Hey, she been
5.
playing out of her mind. Yeah. Yeah.
Because again, the Golden State Valkyrie is the what seed they are? I think they got a top 5 seed. No, they number 6. They 9 and 7. So I mean, they basically tied for number 5 with Seattle. Seattle just played one more game than them, so, but they're basically tied with Seattle.
I ain't
And they
gonna
got a
lie,
better
y'all.
home record than Seattle.
Kiki for me, Kiki and Brianna Jones is like for me. So I am Reese, Gabby Williams, AT, and Thornton. I actually do like that. And I like Kiki too, but
Hey, Deneen Sweet. That's not key list. That's my list.
yeah, that was his list. Mine's is very close, but it's like I could go with Kiki or I could go with Brianna Jones. Like I really like what Brianna Jones is doing this season with Atlanta. So
I didn't like a key. That was my 2 that I was fighting with. Yeah, I just don't like her rebound numbers.
I got
That was
you.
the 2 I was. That was the 2 I was fighting with.
I
It was
got
those
you.
2.
I can see. I don't think you going wrong with either one of them. I don't think you going wrong with either one of them. But I'm gonna go Brianna Jones.
That was
I'm
the
gonna
2
go
I was
Brianna
fighting
Jones. But I love what Kiki's doing. Probably Kiki and JJ will be like my other 2. But yeah, that's my 5.
All right. So y'all got key 5. They put your 5 in the chat.
Not yet.
Hey, put key 5 in the chat. So my first 7 in is Kelsey Mitchell, Skylar Diggins, Jackie Young, Angel Reese, Kiki, Gabby, AT, and Kayla Thornton. That's my first 7 in. So now we get to just pick players on the back end, 4 players each on the back end who you think would actually fill out the rest of the remaining 2 spots for each conference. As far as like, well, not conference for Caitlin and Fee's team. They'll be the last 2 remaining spots. You want me to go first or you gonna go first?
You go first.
Okay, I have Sonia Citron. No, scratch that. Sykes has been balling though, man. It was one of them 2 key. I was going back and forth with both of them. Yeah, I'm gonna go my last 4. Keith, they want you to say your front court again.
Reese, Gabby Williams, AT, KT, and I think I settled on Brianna Jones.
Yeah, you picked Brandon Jones over Kiki.
Yeah.
My 4 just random roster spots. I'm gonna go Brittany Sykes, Natasha Cloud, Brittany Sykes, Natasha Cloud, Kayla McBride, and I'm gonna go Brianna Jones.
Man, this is hard. This is actually hard. Like a lot of players are playing really great basketball this year. I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of hard. Sykes for sure, because I wanted to even pick her.
Yeah.
Before. So Sykes. I'm going JJ if she can play. But is she gonna miss All-Star? So I might not even need to mention her because I think she actually might be injured through All-Star. So I'm gonna pick Sykes with you. Let me see.
Yeah. Oh.
Let me see. I'm gonna pick Sykes. It's about the only one I'm with you on. Golly. I mean, I'm kind of down for Citron. I'm down for Citron.
I was fighting between Kayla McBride and Courtney Williams myself. That's who I was fighting between.
That's fair. I would actually have to pick Courtney if I was fighting between those two. I would have to pick Courtney.
I picked McBride because I told you I use that mindset of like how the coaches usually vote in the past. If you made it before, it's between you and another player, they usually just give it to you out of like just fanfare kind of purposes. She has better numbers than Courtney, but Kayla did miss the first 4 games.
That's what I'm basing it off of. That's the only thing I'm basing it off of.
The reason I didn't want to count the games against her because she's played more games than Caitlinclark and Paige.
Right. Exactly.
So that's why I didn't want
to.
She's played more games than 2 of the starters, so that's why I really didn't want to.
I feel you.
And then Asia's only played 1 more game than Kayla.
Right.
So that's why I didn't, I was like, I was going back and forth though. I almost went Courtney, but I was going back and forth.
Yeah, it's for sure hard. Yeah, I think okay, so I think I could do Sykes. I'm struggling with like Ryan Howard, Citron.
Oh man, scratch that.
Yeah.
Did I forget about Ryan Howard?
Yeah.
Hold on, who I had? Who was my reserves?
They said
my 4. Who was my 4?
You said Sykes, Cloud, McBride, and Jones.
Take Cloud out, Ryan Howard. So mine is Sykes, Ryan Howard, Brian Jones, and who was my other one?
McBride.
I'm gonna go Kayla McBride.
I'm going Sykes, Ryan Howard, and then I'm trying to figure out my other 2. If JJ's not injured, then JJ's in there for me. But I mean,
I think JJ is supposed to miss like the All-Star game.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't even know if I should include her.
Yeah, she's gonna be injured in that timeline.
I mean, then I'm gonna have to go. I mean, do it have to be bigs in there? Because I don't have no bigs.
No.
Oh, okay. Then
your last 4 are just random like situations.
Oh, okay. Players. Yeah, then I'm gonna go Sykes, Ryan Howard. You know what? Sykes, Ryan Howard. Am I gonna go Hamby? I might go Hamby. God, I had the 4th person right there. It was between Citron and Citron and somebody else. I can't think of the name right now. But Sykes, Hamby, Ryan Howard, Citron for now. I had another name and I can't think of it now. So I'll just do those 4 random people for right now.
Yeah. The reason I went guard heavy key is because we got to remember there's more front court players that got voted as the starters and as the first 7 in. Because remember, there's 5. The first 8 in. So there's 3 front court players that are starters, right? Because there's only 2 backcourt, 3 front court. Then when the coaches vote, it's 3 backcourt and 5 front court. So of the 8, 5 of them are front court from the first 8 in. And then you got your back end. So on my back end, that's why I went with backcourt because the front court is pretty much loaded.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. Shout out to Timmy 8 for the $1.99 super chat. They say, who do you think ends up on Team Fee versus Team CC? Who do you think? Or is that not what we do?
Actually, I already have that plan, Key. I got this
Okay.
whole Canva thing I'm working on.
Okay.
It's going to even be more kind of like sophisticated than what we're doing right now. I got these little, I'm going to have like the names and we're going to slide them in the slots. So we going to actually do that. That's going to be our All-Star game special show. So we actually going to do that closer to the All-Star game, the week of the All-Star game.
Okay. That works. That works. Well, those are my picks. I think we both picked solid. Like, that was solid. I like
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to put Azare in there, Key. I swear I did.
Yeah.
I swear I did.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, hey man, they ain't gonna give it to her though. I know they not. I know they not. They gonna short.
They're not seeing what she doing because it's calm. It's low key calm, but I see it.
Yeah. They not gonna give it to her because see, they know a player like Azare not gonna put up a fuss. So they gonna leave her out of the conversation because they know she's not gonna, and the fans aren't gonna put up a fuss about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's definitely,
and then you don't want all them front court players on your all-star team anyway because you don't got a lot of minutes for them.
Yeah, that's
a
fact.
A lot of minutes.
I mean, do you like Azare over Brianna Jones?
I like Brianna Jones better because they are a top 5 seed. You know what I'm saying? And
that's fair.
I honestly, it depends on what they do with Azare once Cameron Brink comes back, and I think she's coming back soon because I think they just released somebody. But I think Azare has a chance to win Most Improved this year.
For sure.
So I think that's where I think they're going to leave out the All-Star game and reward her with the Most Improved.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. I could see that. Well, those are our picks. We gonna see who they actually shell out on Sunday. We'll see. I'm interested to see it, but I feel like we were on point, like with our, the main players that we picked for the reserve. I feel like it'll be similar to what the coaches end up picking on Sunday. So we'll see, and then we will do the team picking the week of All-Star. So y'all better make sure y'all come through for that one. And make sure you hit the like button while you're here. Make sure you comment and make sure you subscribe. And let's get into this next topic here. Let me see. The defensive player of the year, front runner. I'm gonna let you go first on this one. Who do you feel like is defensive player of the year front runner?
I got 3 players in mind, and I don't know how to rank them. Man, the top 2 are hard. I think if Asia Wilson continues to put up the defensive numbers she's putting up, I mean, she's second in rebounding, leading the league in blocks and steals. And what she's doing, even though they don't like to add it in there, but when they make their judgments, they think about what you're doing on offense as well. Even though it's considered a defensive award, because it does play into two-way kind of player kind of conversation. So what a player does on offense does bode well for their defensive accolades. Because coaches be like, wow, they're doing all of that on offense and still putting up those kind of, still giving that effort on defense. It does go a long way. I honestly, Asia is number one, but I don't know if they're going to give it to her out of the, what do they call it? The voters fatigue. We'll see if they got voters fatigue with her. I mean, number two in rebounding, leading the league in blocks and steals. I mean, what else you got to do to win it? Like, I mean, but I think it'll be voter fatigue. Then I got Gabby Williams. I love Gabby Williams' perimeter defense. I think she's first in steal among backcourt players, among wings. I think she's first in steals among wings. I ain't look at it since yesterday. I don't know if it changed. But I got Gabby up there. I still got Stewie up there. But I got Stewie right outside the top three. And I got Angel Reese at number 3. Their record is going to play their record and their defensive standing is going to play a huge factor in that. Even though an individual is getting it, MVP, defensive player of the year, most improved, it's team awards. I know an individual gets it, but if you look at history, no matter the sport, it's a team award. Because the history has been shown, 80% of the time, if you lead the league in scoring and you on a losing team, you're not winning MVP. Like, you're not even in the top 5. Like, history has shown, no matter the league, even when you look at the NFL, if you're passing, look at all the NFL quarterbacks that have led the league in passing yards and touchdowns in the season, didn't win the MVP because of record. Like, it's because the voters look at it as, how does your team benefit from your performance? Like, that's part of it. That's why even it goes to individual house. Team compliments is involved in it. Like, team success is involved in it. So that's my top 3. And I got Stewie right on the outside looking in. I also like what Alicia Gray is doing up there in Atlanta. But it's a tandem. Because I like what her and Ryan Howard is doing on the perimeter. It's like a tandem kind of thing. So I got them. That's my top 6. Asia, Gabby, Angel, Stewie, Ryan Howard, and Alicia Gray. And them two is like 5A and 5B kind of situation. Depends on who they guarding that night. It goes back and forward. Depends on who they guarding that night. So that's my top 6. But I got Asia. I got Asia winning it, like, mentally. But I think Gabby wins it.
So here's what I don't like. I actually don't like that. Like, individual awards where your team is at matters.
Mm-hmm.
Because so I don't just look at stats. I also just, from just watching the game, what people say, the eye test. And I don't like, I understand it logically, but I don't like that individual awards are always based on, like, where your team is at in standings. Like, I really don't like that. Now, I mean, I do think Asia's obviously leading for Depoy, just from what I just said, stats and the eye test, what she's having to do there in Vegas. And they're at a decent, place in the standings, right? Like, they're not outright losing. And yeah, I'm glad to see Gabby Williams on the All-Star list, because I love what Gabby's doing. I love Gabby as a player. I always have. So, but her defensively, I mean, she's active. She's so active. I just love watching Gabby play defense specifically. So I got Gabby as well. I like what Gabby's doing. And I think when we did on Stars Hoop Central, when we did like all WNBA and all defense and stuff, I'm almost certain I included Gabby in that at the very least on my all defensive team. I love what Angel's doing. Like I love what Angel's doing defensively. Those are probably like my top 3 right now. Because of what to me what Angel has to do like on that damn team. Like, come on, like I get that. I get it's not what they would say is, well, it's not affecting their winning, or because they're not winning a lot, but like, I mean, it's make no mistake what she's doing defensively, regardless of the team winning. Like, it's not her fault the roster like just isn't like that. And you're gonna, I don't know, bro. I don't know. But anyway, because Asia also has Jackie Young on the wing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I feel like, and Kia Stokes is a bum, but like, I don't know. So that's just how I feel about it. But those are my top 3. And I love what Ryan Howard is doing. Again, last season I had a lot to say about her. Lackadaisical player, seems uninterested at times, all of this other stuff. But I like how she stepped up this season. She still has a little bit to learn, but obviously, like, she's still a young player in this league. And I like what I'm seeing from her. So I love what I'm seeing from her for real. So Ryan Howard has to be mentioned in there, and Alicia Gray has always been a great defender. Like, always been. She's a, she plays both sides of the ball really well, and is able to. But I guess for me, I just like how Ryan Howard has stepped up. I think game over game, it's in tandem, like you said, but I've seen her step up on some, like, I'm gonna guard the team's best player, on a defensive end, and not hang her hat just on offense. So I'll have to throw Ryan Howard in there as well. And so yeah, I think that would be it. JJ's been out a lot for me, but those are my top 3.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's always, it's like always real tough. Like, and let me get to the chat right quick, because I don't go live a lot, so I don't get to cook the chat a lot. Somebody in the chat named Alexandra said, Zoe, Jokic won the MVP as a 10 seed. Dude, dude, just because I don't talk NBA don't mean I ain't like that. Denver was the number 3 seed in 2021. That was his first. What are you talking about? Get out the chat. You dismissed 10th seed. What? Get out the chat. Russell Westbrook was the lowest seed, and he was the 7th seed. Now get out the chat. Goodbye. The next one, I was talking about front court players. Asia is number 2 in steals. Yes, Gabby leads in steals. I literally said that. I thought I said that, but maybe you didn't hear it. I literally said Gabby was leading in steals for the Wings. Asia's leading in, I'm talking about front court. In the front court, Asia leads in steals and blocks, and she's second in rebounds to Angel Reese. She's literally second in steals. Gabby is just first. Her and Hamby are tied for number 2. I think at like 1.8 or whatever it is. But yeah, I just don't get, my bad, Key. I don't get to cook the chat a lot. I just, don't get to cook the chat a lot.
Yeah. No, I mean, I feel you. I get it, but I don't like it. I get it. Like, I get the perspective of like, well, it should affect team winning. I don't like it. In the WNBA, at the very least, at the end of the day, the WNBA is different than the NBA, and you just got to look at what some of these organizations are doing, and it's a dumpster fire here in Chicago. And I just feel like for her to be doing what she's doing, she definitely deserves a nod. Like, she has to win all or get all first team all defense at least. But it's like, she might just get second because the team isn't doing so well. But I think Angel Reese is, she's just doing so well. Jean Gray said not to argue. But But oh, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I just think she's doing so well, and she definitely deserves like all defense team or first team. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's definitely my top three now. Like early front runners for defensive player of the year. That's my top three for right now for sure.
No, and again, Fee up there too. I just didn't put Fee because I don't think they'll give it to her.
No, they
And,
have some,
I mean,
you know.
Her. I mean, I let me double check before I speak because I didn't really look at Fee numbers because I didn't have her when I was thinking about it.
Okay.
I mean, she's 5th in steals, 4th in blocks. I mean, third. She's basic. I mean, it's like a 0.1 between her and Kiki. 8.5, 8.4 in rebounds. I don't know their team numbers. I would have to go look at their team numbers to kind of like see like the hold on, let me see. Let me look at their team numbers. I would have to look at their team numbers to see where they're kind of like ranked as far as like defense, the defensive efficiency and stuff like that. I don't know where they are. I just didn't consider Fee because she won last year and her numbers dipped. Like usually to like win it again, like back to back, you got to do something in one of those categories better than you did last year. But when I seen like all three of the categories that everybody was leaning on for her winning the defensive player of the year, she didn't just go down one notch. She went down 3 in one of them, 2 in the other one, like 5 in the other one. Like she's at number 5 in one of them. Like in one of the categories that everybody was like, this is the real reason why she won defensive player of the year. She's number 5 in that category. So that's why I was like, I didn't consider Fee because she kind of regressed.
Yeah, I mean, that's in the whole. I don't even have her in my head winning that. Just because of what they're not like trying to do. I'm not saying it like she shouldn't be in a conversation, but I was like, if they going for MVP, like I doubt that. I just didn't see her being Depoy this year. I could see it being Asia. I could see it being Asia. Like I really could see it being Asia if they don't give Asia MVP. Like I could see them being like, all right, well, here's defensive player of the year. You know what I'm saying? So, which, see, we're gonna see how this plays out. She's the, early favorite. Fee is the early favorite for MVP. So I just automatically didn't have her in there. And even just again, from just watching and stuff like that, she's not in my top 3, not with like, how certain players have stepped up this year. Gabby Williams coming back in the league full time. She's just not up there for me right now, just from watching her in stats. So.
And again, Key, like even people in the chat, like I know we want Angel to win it, but like the reason I'm not stressed about it, Key, because I'm an Asia Wilson fan, right? And I know her trajectory. Like on the back, I can literally tell you the year she won her MVP. She didn't win her first defensive player of the year till her 5th year. And she was a 2-time block champ 2 years before she won her first MVP. I mean, her defensive player of the year. So again, sometimes it just takes build up and consistency of like putting in work. Like sometimes with voters, it's about like who's been consistent, and then sometimes you get it a year after you're supposed to win it out of fatigue for another player, because it could be like, let's say Chicago was even a 9th seed right now. I mean, an 8th seed right now, right? The last seed in the playoffs to end the season, right? And let's say Asia was having a phenomenal year defensively, and Angel was number 2 in defensive voting. They would give it to Asia just off of her track record. And then next year, if angelreese just does the same numbers and her team has the same record or is better, she'll automatically win it, because then Asia will be taken out of the category because of voter fatigue. It happened like that in the NBA with the MVP a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Yeah.
B won it the year after he had his best season. He had a worse season the year after that. They just didn't want to give it to Jokic. Like, so, like, it happens like that. But she's only in her second year. I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
that's why that's why when I talk Key and I see when I talk Angel Reese, I talk logically from a standpoint of how the league operates and timelines. She got time for all-star games and MVPs and all WNBAs, man. She got time for all of that. I care about her development, honestly. She got time for all of that.
I mean, I definitely
I
feel
want her
that.
to win those, right? But I don't be like, oh, why you
Yeah.
hate
Oh,
on her?
nah. Yeah, nah. I mean, I definitely don't have, like, again, I have Asia, Gabby, then Angel, right? But I'm thinking, like, let's say she ends the season number 1 in rebounds, somehow number 1 in steals. She even beats Gabby out, right? Or something like that. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And Asia's number 1 in blocks.
Yeah.
It's like, does Asia still get it? You feel me? But Angel's number 2 in rebounds, number 2 in steals, playing on this crappy. That's the only. I was just in a like. I hate that
Yeah,
this
now
is
I get what
how
you're saying. Yeah.
the game goes, right? Like, I get that it goes that way, but I hate that it is that way. But if she doesn't win this year, like, it's not the end of the world. Like, none of that. I didn't care if she made All-Star or not this year, you know. But you know, we'll see. We will see.
For Angel, I think for Angel, because of how she plays, I think for Angel to get a top 3 vote in defensive player of the year, she gotta be top 5 in steals or blocks. Like, it can't just be rebounding. Like, she gotta be top 5 in like
right, that's what I'm
steals
saying.
or blocks. So like she gotta if she wants to win defensive player of the year, like, I don't care what players tell y'all. Trust me. In the offseason, they got their board and they're like, I want to win this next year. They talk to the player personnel department and be like, hey, people at my position in the past, what did they do to win this award? And they'll give them like the statistics, right? And that's the statistics they shoot towards, like, individually. So don't listen to the players. They literally shoot. Like, if they want to win an award, they literally know what they got to do to win it. Like, if they want to even be in the conversation. So if she does want to win defensive player of the year, she got to focus on upping her blocks or her steals. Like, that means getting your hands on more loose balls, diving a little bit more, because that one extra dive a game will get her into that top 5, right? Let's say she's at like, because if we look at steals right now, right? Steals is Fee at 1.8 is number 5 in steals, right? Let's say Angel is at 0.9. That one loose ball that she dives for every other game, guess where it gets her? Into that top 5. That's why I say, like, sometimes you'll see players that you uncharacteristically see do stuff, and then you'll be like, where that came from? You ain't never played like that before. It's because they lying to y'all. They pushing towards an actual award. They just not publicly saying it.
I mean, she's publicly stamped that now. She says she's coming for defensive player of the year. So we know that that's something that she wants, and something she can do. I want to know her makeup, like, as far as plyometrics. Like, it's so crazy how somebody is such a great rebounder, but she act like she can't jump. Like, it's the craziest thing when it comes to her. Like, when I be watching Angel, I'm like, man, she could jump out the gym for a rebound, but like, she act like she can't jump and block a shot. Like,
yeah, but because that's not, she's Angel Reese. Honestly, I mean, I don't think Angel Reese has ever been like a person who, because blocking shots, it's more of a mindset, just like rebounding is. Like, I don't think she sets herself up to block shots.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, if you watch how she moves on defense, she don't really set herself up to block shots. She's more on, Angel's better in space. Most of your outside of your smaller wings, anybody else who roams in space, they don't really be up there and block shots because they're not around layups a lot. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're usually turning the ball away versus somebody driving on them. Because again, there's always context when it comes to those block shots. Sometimes there's a lot of context in it. Like, is your defensive funneling all the layups to your area, right? Is your primary position drag coverage, where all you do is protect the rim? Like, a lot goes into it. Is your perimeter defense so bad that all the shots come your way?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of that kind of goes into it. You know, I mean, and again, like, who you guarding goes into it too, right? Like, who you guarding, you know, that goes into it too. So whoever votes for it, they got to be watching film. Like, who's this person guarding on a nightly basis? Are they guarding the other team's best player? Because you can be like if you think about the NBA, like James Harden and Steph Curry and Iverson, all three have led the leagues in steals in their career. But do we consider them one of the best perimeter defenders? Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
Two of them at times didn't even try.
Yeah.
So again, you know, so you gotta. I'm trying to break it down in a way that the chat can kind of understand how they be voting for stuff. Like, a lot really is not always the numbers, but it's always good when you haven't done it before to be in that number category. It's always good to be in there, because now you get the benefit of the doubt. Now you start to get the benefit of the doubt once you won it.
I mean, she ends this season healthy and stays in the ranges where she's been at in the past couple weeks. Like, she was tied with Asia #2 for steals at one point, right? And then leading the league in rebounds. Don't see that slowing down. She ends the season healthy, plays all games, right? It starts her, you know, because a lot of this stuff be like you said, like, it starts this like rumbling, right? Like, why y'all like Fee MVP this season? That's the rumbling from last season, right? Your previous season starts this campaign, right? And the league is like, oh God, you know what I'm saying? Everybody on social media talk, not like that, but like, you know what I'm saying? You know, they'll probably give her something like, this season Angel ends up getting all defense first team or second team or something like that. But everybody's like, she should have won defensive player of the year. She was #1 in rebounds, #2 in steals. Like, she guarding the best player every night, you know, whatever. And then, you know, next season it's a whole, you know, it starts another, you know, for that. So yeah, second year player, man. But all three of them are just doing amazing things for their team, and I'm loving what I'm seeing from both of them. So we pretty much got the same top three for real. But we'll see how the year continues to play out. What changes are made. Even with the MVP race, but we ain't gonna get into that. But let's get into this next topic. Which teams have championship pedigree? Before either one of us answer it, I'm gonna let you say, like, what are you saying? Like, what's your definition?
Again, you know how we come into every season and we like, these teams gonna win the championship. These are the championship teams. And I always notice this. Nobody ever really talks about what makes them a championship team. Like, one good player or a player on a team you like, or a coach doesn't necessarily make you a championship team. A lot of factors go into it, right? So we're gonna get into it a little bit. You know, just roster build, coaching pedigree, your bench, play style. Some play styles don't win championships. They're just good regular season teams. And a lot of people at the beginning of every season, they put them. It's like the Houston Rockets when James Harden was there. Every year they were in the championship conversation, but they always ended up just being a good regular season team. Same thing with the Phoenix Suns. I don't know if you was watching NBA back then, Key, when Steve Nash was with the Phoenix Suns. Same thing. Had the #1 seed like 3 years in a row. Mike D'Antoni with Phoenix Suns, Steve Nash, Stoudemire, Sean Marion, Joe Johnson was there for 2 of those years. Barbosa was on that team. Shannon Fry was on that team. Boris Diaw was on that team. Loaded team, right? But just a good regular season team because they can put up numbers. So a lot goes into like your championship teams. And I noticed every offseason people just, and even during the season, like, that team got a chance of winning the championship. And I'd be like, how? 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 Because they beat the Valkyrie? How? Because they beat Chicago 3 times? That don't make you a championship team. And again, when you think about the season, right, Key? Some teams could probably not play a team that's capable of winning a championship till July. And we're looking at them in June and saying, they're a championship team. They ain't play nobody. They had the easiest schedule in the league in the first half. Like, so a lot goes into it. So I mean, I'll go first. I think the only teams, Key, that are capable of winning, the only teams that are built to win a championship this year and has pedigree is the Lynx, the Aces, and the Liberty. That's it. That's it. I look at the coaching, the play style, your go-to player, their capabilities, the bench, and the expectations. That's the only 3 teams, Key, that are championship or bust. Do you really feel like the Fever are championship or bust?
No.
See what I'm saying? Now you see where I'm going with it? Like, people coming, like, your championship contenders are championship or bust teams. If you're not championship or bust, why are you in the conversation? You're just lucky to be there. Championship or bust are your contenders.
Okay, well, yeah, I have those 3 teams you said, but I do have Phoenix in there. That's my 4th team. That's my 4th team.
Yeah. See, the thing with Phoenix is, Key, I don't know what Satu and Kamillacardoso are going to show up in the playoffs. And again, you already know, I was raving for Satu the other day. I think in June, she was the best player on the Phoenix Suns. She was holding it down when AT was dealing with injuries and Copper was still coming back, right? But like I keep saying, the playoffs is different than the regular season. So y'all get ready, because when the playoffs start, everything I'm saying about the regular season is going to amp up, because now my expectations for the playoff teams starts to rear their head and my conversation changes. So I got a little grace right now with some things that are going on with teams, but when the playoffs start, y'all going to get the full-fledged how I feel about every team, because now it's go time. Right now, some teams are just going through the motions trying to figure it out.
I mean, for sure. That's still my 4 though. That's still gonna be my 4. I have the Lynx as a championship pedigree team. I honestly, New York kind of not. I mean, okay, we could New York like high on New York as a championship pedigree team. But yeah, Aces definitely is a championship pedigree team in my opinion, even though the roster is questionable at times. But I still have Phoenix. Phoenix is my 4th championship pedigree team. Phoenix is my 4th team. Yep. And even like Atlanta, I think will, make it to the playoffs and stuff, but I don't think they're a championship pedigree team yet. I think they're building something over there though. I think people need to pay attention to them. But I don't think they're a championship team. Other teams are building that. They're trying to get there, but those 4 teams, in my opinion, are the championship pedigree teams this season, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, Phoenix is a tricky one. Like, and I want to fall in love with Phoenix, Key. I mean, I really do, because I'm an AT fan. I felt like AT should have been a starter in the All-Star game. Like, me, I'm a big AT fan. Big AT fan. I'm a big Satu fan. I just know Satu's game come and goes. And I don't know what Kamillacardoso looks like next to AT and Satu in the playoffs. I haven't seen it yet. Once I see it, then I can be like, okay, yeah, they could beat anybody. But and I look at it as,
but so no.
And I look at it as, who you trust. Okay, game on the line. Game 7 to go to the WNBA finals. Who do you trust? Like, not the team. What players do you trust? See, when I'm thinking about my teams, all that comes into it. Because sometimes it comes down to that. It comes down to game on the line. Who do you trust?
No. So then that's okay. So you feel like, based off of what you're saying about Phoenix, right? You feel that way about the Aces.
Yeah, because
Like
I trust Asia.
way.
I trust Asia. Jackie Young and Asia. I got 100% trust in those two. Chelsea Gray, 85%. But Jackie Young and Asia Wilson, game 7, I trust both of them to do what they do. I trust that. And again, read the title. What wins championships? Which teams have championship pedigree? That's how I'm judging it. I'm not talking about
it the same way.
Look. I'm not even really talking to you, Key. I'm talking to the chat. I'm not talking about teams that can make the playoffs. I'm talking about game on the line, go to the finals. That's how I view championship or bust teams. Who has a player on their team, game on the line, give them the ball and get out the way. Game on the line, this team gonna get it done on the road. That's how I view my championship teams.
I don't know how you don't see Phoenix in that. Maybe just because you're
they haven't done nothing like Key. That's why I said, like, Key, they got to do something. It's kind of like OKC this year, right? Everybody was like, they still young. Shea ain't gonna get it done with that foul baiting stuff in the playoffs. But going into next year, Key, everybody tune gonna change because they've been there now. You get what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you just got to prove people wrong.
I feel what you're saying. Okay, so for me, y'all, pedigree, right? Like, it's a plethora of things. What he just described is definitely the overarching thing, but also, like, I'm just even thinking about, like, organization, right? Like, Phoenix has won championships. They're trying to bring that back, right? Kalia Copper has, won a championship and been a part of a championship team, not with them, but she has been a part of it. What they're building over there, what I'm seeing so far. Now, obviously, it's early in the season. Things could obviously change. Okay, because even when I'm thinking of the Lynx, right, I literally just said about the Lynx, and they're on my list now. They're not high on my list, but they on my list of a championship pedigree team. But I'm thinking about Cheryl, I'm thinking about Sylvia Fowl, like I'm thinking about Maya Moore, all of that. But if we just looking at the roster, I literally just said, I don't know if when it comes down to it, if they're gonna have the hunger enough to deal with the physicality and go after it. But I still have them on my championship pedigree team, right? Because they made it at least to the championships, one, and they have, that type of roster, but they have that legacy as an organization as well. I tend to believe organizations, who have been multiple times, not just once, side eye, Chicago Sky, that they're out to do that type of thing over and over again. So they're gonna be a champ, like Seattle, even though they're not on my list right now. But I could see if somebody said they're a championship pedigree team, I wouldn't fight somebody on that, because I know what they're trying to do. There's only a certain set of teams trying to continue to build that throughout their organization's legacy. And that's another reason why I have Phoenix on there. I hear what you're saying, but that's another reason why I have Phoenix on there. I think having AT, Satu, and some of them players, I don't even know their damn names. But they a hell of a team, man. And I think they could give any team the problem. Game on the line, who do you give the ball to, all of that good stuff. I think as the season continues to play out, we'll be able to call it. It's a new team. Like, it's a new team.
Look, Key, I got Phoenix. If you came up here and say, hey, Prince, do you got Phoenix possibly making the semis? I do. I got them being one of the 4 teams. Yeah. But do I got them winning the finals? No. Again, that's why I made sure I made the title.
Who you got winning the finals?
Even people in the chat right now, they're still focused on Contender. We're talking about, we're not talking about contender, Key. We're talking about the trophy right there. What teams is going to get it? We're not talking of the chip fall the right way. We talking the trophy right there. It's game 7. Who's going to get that trophy? That's what we're talking right now. We're not talking about who's going to make the playoffs and win some games. We talking about, we talking the game on the line. It's game 7. Win or go home. Which teams you put money on? The only 3 teams I'm putting my money on is the Lynx, the Liberty, and the Aces. Key, you got $1,000 to your name. Phoenix, if Phoenix is game 7, Phoenix can win you $10,000 if they win the finals. It's game 7. Is you putting that $1,000 up there?
Who they playing?
Who they
playing? Who they playing? Who they playing?
Key.
Who they playing?
Key. Now we getting on the same page, Key. Maybe I didn't really explain it thoroughly. Now we getting on the same page, Key.
That's anybody though.
So
if you say you got
Key,
$1,000,
I don't care who the Aces is playing in the league. If we got
you put it on the Aces,
I'm putting it on the Aces. I don't care who they playing. I don't care who the Liberty playing. I'm putting it on the Liberty. I'm putting it on the Liberty.
Zoe likes to do this thing, y'all. He's so unrealistic. Like who they play matters. Like what you the Aces.
It don't matter, Key. Key. What's the title? What that title say? What wins championship? Which teams have championship pedigree?
I'm not putting my money on the Aces this year. I'm not gonna lie. I named them in my top 4, but I'm not finna put what we doing? Put my money on them?
Okay, Key. I'm gonna use your Mercury. Aces versus Mercury, game 7. You got $1,000 to your name, and you gotta bet. Who you bet on? Who you bet on? Come on, man. Stop playing with me, man.
Hey, man, the Aces, the Phoenix almost won, man. The Phoenix almost won. And you want to know why they didn't win? Well, he talking about Asia Wilson. Goddamn, Aaliyah Nye came to hell through. That's who won them that game.
Asia Wilson hit the go-ahead shot. What you talking about? Aaliyah Nye played good, but who hit the go-ahead shot, Key? Who hit the go-ahead shot? Yeah.
Aaliyah Nye, in my opinion,
Key, you can't tell me against
don't
Aaliyah
win
Nye.
that game without Aaliyah Nye. In my humble opinion, without Aaliyah Nye, they don't win that. Asia could have hit the go-ahead shot. You don't win shit without Asia, first of all. So let's be clear. But
Key,
Aaliyah
I know
Nye,
what you're trying to do, Key. You're not about to turn me against Aaliyah Nye. You're not about to do that. Aaliyah Nye is not coming to Chicago. You is not getting we is not trading Aaliyah Nye to Chicago. You go ahead on and wrap that one up. But you can continue.
Is that what I'm trying to do?
Key, hey, y'all gotta pay attention to Key. She be trying to placate.
Trying to get Aaliyah Nye.
I be noticing. I pay attention, man.
That's
she
what
is
I'm
not
trying
coming
to
to
get
Chicago.
Aaliyah Nye, y'all.
Finish your soliloquy, man.
Finish
your soliloquy.
All right.
What you was about to say? Finish your soliloquy.
All right, now, but look, I'm just saying the Aces did beat the Phoenix the other night. I gotta give it to them. I gotta give it to them, man. But man, it's a lot of season left. That's all I got to say. It's a lot of season left. I got to see more games to be played to know where I'm putting my $1,000. That's all I got to say. But I can't.
So, Key, you putting your $1,000 on the Mercury?
That's not what I'm saying. But
Key, I asked you a question. Aces, hey, y'all, you see how Key be trying to get out of answering questions?
I'm not
Key,
trying to. That's not
Key,
what I'm saying.
You got $1,000. The judge says you got to put it on a team. You can't take it home. You got $1,000 in your pocket. You got a judge mandate for everybody in the state of Georgia to put $1,000 on either the Aces or the Mercury, game 7. No matter who house is in, game 7. Who you putting your money on? Y'all see this, huh? Y'all see what I be talking about? This what I be dealing with, y'all. This what I be dealing with.
I'm not.
Answer the question.
He wants me. Oh my God, bro. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. He want me to get on here and go against Asia Wilson, and that's what he's trying to do. And that's not even how I feel, man. But that team, man, That team, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, even with Asia Wilson, the Aces team is not convincing. They're not convincing. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. Asia Wilson's the best women's basketball player on the planet, hands down. Love me some Asia. Love me some Jackie. Love me some Jackie. What they're going through. I really thought the Aces was going to make it to the championship this year, but I'm sorry. And with what they just did, like, I'm sorry. It gives their grasping for straws. Becky too, like Becky trying to figure out what to do with Jewel Lloyd. She's showing me, and maybe we could even say Asia's showing me, like, yo, they're not willing to do what it takes to win, in my opinion. That's what Vegas is showing me. So I can't put my money on the Aces. I'm sorry. I ain't putting it on what you call it either. Phoenix either.
You a hater. That's why.
He calling me a hater, man. I feel y'all though. Aces with Asia Wilson is always in the game. I feel y'all. I think they semifinals last year had I don't know. I felt like Becky didn't play through Asia enough, but I could be tripping. I just feel like she should have played through Asia more. And they would have won the semifinals against New York, in my opinion. So
let's wrap it up though, Key. Gotta push out.
But hey, man, we're gonna see. It's a lot of games to be played.
Hey, Kia, Aces hater, y'all.
I'm not an Aces hater.
I want y'all to know that.
My heart be breaking that the Aces won't do better. Actually, I'll be so happy with them winning this year over New York Liberty or the Lynx. Like, I'm okay. But anyway, hey, a lot more games to be played. We're gonna see how the season pans out. Just remember this conversation, y'all. Remember this conversation, okay? Remember this conversation. People putting money where their mouth is. Who's the championship pedigree teams? You know, let's see. But make sure y'all hit the like button. Look, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all comment. Make sure y'all subscribe. iamzomedia, all one word. Type it in the search section. Click the like button. Click subscribe. WBB Universe, subscribe, and then excuse the takeover. Make sure you subscribe every single Wednesday. 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We appreciate all of y'all coming through, all damn near 300 of y'all. Again, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, hit the all notification button so you know every time we drop a live and y'all want to be here. But comment, and we always try to hit y'all back up, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate each and last every one of y'all who sent through donations, super chats and everything. But hey, great conversation as always. We're gonna catch y'all next week on Excuse to Takeover, where we give the latest and greatest takes on women's basketball weekly. You got any last words though?
Nah, man. Appreciate y'all for helping continue to build, the Excuse to Takeover community. Again, make sure y'all go check us out when you're riding in the car on your way home from work. It's usually up in like the next 24 hours. It just takes YouTube a while to break it down into an audio from a video, but it usually takes like 24 hours. Go over to Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, Deezer, iHeartRadio, type in Excuse to Takeover, find our thumbnail, and go ahead on and rewatch all our videos. After this video, it's going to be 17 live podcast episodes on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Deezer, iHeartRadio. So make sure y'all go over there to those platforms and get your second take or even your first take. If you missed the episode and you don't want to get on YouTube, you can listen to it with your earbuds in the car, long ride, on a work trip, whatever, on vacation. Go listen to Excuse to Takeover. But man, appreciate all the love, all the support. Our numbers get bigger every episode. Man, it's just a blessing, man. So appreciate y'all.
For sure. Thank y'all so much, man. And we'll catch y'all on the next Excuse to Takeover episode. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. And we'll see y'all on the next one. We out of here. Y'all be safe out.
Excuse the takeover, taking charge. Women's game front and center, living large. Hit that subscribe, stay tuned to the ride. We bringing the heat, never gonna hide. Analyze and chat, every stat, interact, breaking barriers. No cap, that's a fact. Leave a comment below, watch the growth unfold. Together we gon' make this story be told.